Jennifer, thank you for joining us.
Great to be here. Thanks, Jeff.
Many people have shared that this pandemic environment has accelerated many changes that were already happening in our lives. How has the current environment affected your organization specifically, and mobile payments and e-commerce fields more generally?
I think as we've all experienced, being at home, having to work remotely, having to do a lot of purchases remotely, and really change the way we also behave in physical stores is really accelerating the adoption of mobile payments, which of course we love at Apple and the Apple Pay team. So we're really excited to see not only large retailers, but also many small businesses, really hundreds of thousands of them, having to change and work in new ways to allow things like order ahead, pickup, in some cases, personal shopping via video, online grocery shopping. So of course, many of these changes were already underway, but we're seeing a fantastic acceleration of that because of COVID. So that's really on the positive side. I think on the negative side, you're also seeing, again, some acceleration in the decline of certain industries that were already declining, but are declining faster now. Things like traditional retail, physical stores. We're seeing a lot of closings. We expect to see more closings in the retail segment as customers really do stick with this digital, mobile, or online behavior in a much more significant way in the future. I would say there are many other differences that we're seeing as well. One of the things that I've been very surprised about is the technology adoption and digitization of healthcare. Just a couple of weeks ago, I had a video conference with my doctor for my checkup. If you had asked me 6 months ago that I expect any of my doctors to do video checkups, I would have laughed. But of course, now they're all doing video checkups, and they're all undergoing more and more technology in terms of being able to interact with their patients. So I think that's a very positive outcome, but a big industry shift in that particular segment as well. I think one of the things that all of us feel as we work at home remotely, first on the positive side, is that we're actually getting a lot more done than we thought we could. But on the negative side, it's also much harder to feel connected, right? To feel really, truly together. And so one of the things that I think is, as we look at the solutions that we bring and the technologies that we work on, we talk about this idea of being at the intersection of technology and liberal arts. This was a famous saying by Steve Jobs. And what did he mean by that? Well, he meant, we not only have to be great at the latest hardware technology, and screen technology and great battery life and all that, but we also have to bring heart and soul, and we have to bring joy into the use of our technology. And that's really where the liberal arts comes in. So I think where we have to work harder is continuing to understand, even though I might be remotely interacting, as an example, with our Apple stores, how do we still make that feel like a personal connected experience? How do we bring joy to that versus just the feeling of a transaction? And this is where I think a liberal arts education is really fantastic, because I think certainly if you're a computer science degreed student or somebody coming out of the hard sciences, how you fit into the technology world is really pretty clear typically. I think, but when you look at the technology and the experiences that we're trying to create, it also takes liberal arts, it takes creativity, it needs psychology, it needs to understand consumer behavior, right? To be able to bring these things in a way that people can create meaningful relationships and feelings through the use of technology. So this is a major change as we go forward, and something that we're very focused on at Apple in trying to achieve with the things that we develop and offer to our consumers.